Okay, guys. So this is today. It's Monday, 4/27, a day before your final exam. So, couple things where you can find the review. Okay, if you will go under homework. Okay, and the last one, at least again, this is my view. You may see a little different, but the last assignment it's review for final exam, chapter 1, 2, 3, 7, and I'm just going to preview some of the problems. Okay. Again, your order can be a little different. You have 33 problems to review for your final exam. And what is good about those problems, because here you guys see exactly what section. So this is chapter 1, section 1, and number 17. You using calculator during the test. So the first question they ask you, determine whether the given statement is true or false, and indicate why this is so. So this is, they saying the way you read that, it says 6 divides this number, okay, 809,532. Since I have a calculator, we don't need to talk about the rules when you can divide by 6, but eventually when you see the even numbers and then last digit, you can divide by 6, most likely you will be. So I'm just going to plug that into the calculator, and I'm not going to spend more time on it. So this is true, definitely 6 divide that number. And they saying the statement's true because 809,532 it's divisible by 2 and 3. The second one, they saying the statement true because the last two digits, 532, from the number it's divisible by 6. The statement true because the sum of the last two digits is divisible by 6. So when they saying the sum of last two digits is divisible by 6, so 3 plus 2, again, that's 5. It's definitely not true. Okay, so now I have two things. Okay, either A, it's correct, or this is the true because the last two digits, it's divisible by 6. So then you have 32. And 32 definitely, it's not divided by 6. So the only option which is correct, it's going to be the first one. And you can check the answer, and we answered that correctly, and you can go to the next question. Okay, so the next question, chapter 1, section 1, find the prime factorization of number 4,860. So let me pause the video, and I will put my whiteboard so you guys can see my work. So hold on seconds. Okay, so I'm going back. What just happened with that homework? Okay, so what we need to do, we need to find the prime factorization of 4,860. So let's review how to do it. 4,000 come on, 4,860. Okay, so first you want to divide by the first prime number, which is 2. So 4,860 divided by 2, we're getting 2,430. So because I have 0, I know that that's even number, 30 it's even number, so I can divide by 2. Divide that by 2, and we're getting 1215. Next, what I'm going to do, because the last two digits are 15, I would divide by 3. And you're getting 405. The last digit is 5, so definitely that number can be divided by 5. And we're getting 81. So 81 definitely can be divided by 3, because if you add the digits a plus 1, this is 9. 9 can be divided by 3. So 81 divided by 3 will give you 27. 27 can be divided by 3. That will give you 9. 9 can be divided by 3, and that will give us 3. So like you see, I'm going to finish work when all my numbers here are prime, okay? And like this one, the last one on the right, it's also prime. So 4,860, it's equal to 2. How many 2's I have? 1, 2, 2. So 2 to the second power times 3. And how many 3's I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 to the fifth power times 5 times 5. So the answer which we'll need to enter, it's 2 to the second power times 3 to the fifth power times 5. So let me go back to homework. And they say in the type the answer using exponents. I'm not sure if... Oh, okay. So I will have to select, let me just, exponent. Okay, come back. So I need exponent. How I can select that? You guys know that better. I think my Chromebook, it's not going to allow me. Hold on, let me try it. Okay. Okay, let's try it. Okay, now it's going to make sense. So I have 2 to the second power times oops, not here, get down, times 3 to the fifth. So again, I'm going to select exponent again. Now I feel your pain, guys. 3 to the fifth times 5. Okay, and let's check the answer. Okay, so moving to the next question. Okay, you have in front of you 174 $5 bill and 228 $10 bills. Your problem: place the $5 bills and then $10 bills in a stack so that each stack has the same number of bills and each stack contains only one kind of bill, $5 or $10. What is the largest number of bills that you can place in each stack? Okay, so we're going to start working on that problem. Okay, guys. So here, this is that problem. So what we know that we have 100. We have 174 $5 bill. Okay, and come on. And also we have 228. This one is $10 bill. And what they want you to do, they want you to stack $5 bills and $10 bills that each stack has exactly the same amount of bills. So what I did the prime factorization of 174. So 174 divided by 2 will give you 87. 87 divided by 3 will give you 29. And then 228, I also break down into prime factorization. 228 divided by 2, that will give you 114. 114 divided by 2, that will give you 57. And 57 divided by 3, that will give you 19. Okay, so 174, I'm going to rewrite as 2 times 3 times 29. So that's 174. And of course, I multiply that by 5 because I'm talking about $5 bill. 228. 228. Okay, you're going to rewrite as 2 times 2 times 3 times 19. So 228 is the same as 2 times 3 times 3 times 19. And I multiply that by 10 because I have 228 $10 bills. So now I need to stack $5 bills and $10 bills so I have the same amount. So what I'm doing right now, I'm doing the GCF, greatest common factor, okay, of 174. So again, the hint here is to find the GCF, greatest common factor of 174 and 228. So the greatest common factor will be it's 2 times 3. Okay, so 2 times 3, they both have 2 times 3, which is 6. Okay, so that means that you can stack, the answer is 6. Okay, so you have 174 $5 bills. That means to have the same amount, you can stack them. So you're going to have 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is $5 bill, and you're going to have 6 of them. And then also you can stack 6 $10 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's $10 bills. Okay, because what happened here, you can rewrite that. You don't need to do more, but 2 times 3, that will give you 6 times 10. Okay, so I'm talking about $10 bill times 3 times 19. And here you can just move from here. You can move that 6 times 5 times 29. Okay. Okay, so they're not talking about having the same amount, but since we have the same factor, which is 6, so you can stack them 6 $5 bills and 6 $10 bills. So that's the answer of this question. Okay, and you can practice similar question. Okay, or you also have question help. Okay, so you can help me solve this problem. And you can do just continue. Okay, so they doing the prime factorization is, and they want you to just keep going and going, or video, or you have a textbook. You can go straight to the textbook, but help me solve this so it shows you steps by step and tells you what to do with. Okay, next one. Okay, perform the indicate subtraction. So you have 7 minus 2. Again, let's just enter the answer. So this is just -9. Where's the negative here? Plus minus. Not sure if that's correct. By typing -9. Okay, next one. So -5 to a second power. So this is -5 times -5. So we have 25. So questions like that, guys, I'm just going to skip it. No. 25. Okay. Moving to the next question. -1, and then you have to the 4 power. So let's talk about this one. Okay. So here you guys have -1 to the 4 power. Be careful because this is how you type on a calculator. Okay, you have negative. You can always put parenthesis 1 to the 4 power. This is what you need to do first. So negative, from here you're getting 1 to the 4 power, which is 1. So the answer will be -1. I have more. Just type that -1. Next question. Okay, then here we need to perform. You have 6. So let me just write this down. 6 minus 5 minus 6 minus 8. So the next question you have 6 minus 5 minus 6 minus 8. So don't forget about PEMDAS parentheses first. So you have 6 minus 5, -6 minus 8, that will give you -14. So we did parentheses, you don't have exponents, so next you're going to do multiplication. That will give you 6, and then we're going to multiply right here. -5 times -14, we're getting 70. Since it's positive 70, so you're going to have 6 plus 70, so the answer will be 76. Okay, so the answer is 76 here. Okay, next one. Okay, that's the huge one. So let me just copy and paste this one. Okay. Answer. Okay. Where's my file? Hey. Technology. Okay. Okay, so it's right here. So let's talk about this problem now. Okay, so here, just be patient with them. So what I recommended to do first, simplify this. Okay, so we have 6, 15 minus 5, which is the same as 5 over 1. So to be able to subtract fractions, you need the same common denominator, but first what you can do with 6 over 15, you can reduce it. 6 is the same as 2 times 3. 15 is the same as 3 times 5. You can cancel 3. So this is the same as 2 over 5. So you can rewrite this as 2 over 5 minus 5 over 1, and your least common denominator will be 5. So rewrite 5 over 1 to have 5 in the denominator. So to be able to do it, you need to multiply top and bottom by 5. So that will give you 25 over 5, which is the same as 5. So we have 2 over 5 minus 25 over 5. And now I can subtract them. Copy 5, which is your denominator. And you have 2 minus 25, which is negative 23. So again, I slowly are going to start rewriting. So 6 over 15 minus 5 is the same as, we simplify that here, is the same as negative 23 over 5. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite this. So this one has to be divided over 8 over 10. Divide by 5 over 3 plus 5 over 6. Okay, so let me just remove this and we'll be continue working. Okay, so PEMDAS, you don't have a parenthesis, right? However, you have multiplication and division. Okay, so first what I need to do, since fraction bar it's a division, you need to take care of this one first. So you have fraction divided by fraction. This is your keep change flip. So simplify, you have negative 23 over 5 over 8 over 10. You want to simplify by using keep change flip. That will give you negative 23 over 5. Change this division to multiplication and flip this fraction over. So that will become 10 over 8. Okay. So now you can multiply. So you have negative 23. So when you multiply numerator times numerator times 10 over 5 times 8. And of course, try to reduce it. So you have 5 and 10. 5 divided by 5 will give you 1. 10 divided by 5 will give you 2. 23 is prime, so there's nothing what you can do. So now you have negative 23 times 2, which will give you 46, negative 46 over 8. Okay, and 46 can be divided by 2. So, you know what, I just did that a little too fast. Okay, and I will continue canceling. Okay, so then I have 2 and 8. 2 divided by 2, it's 1. 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. So now the final answer will be negative 23 over 4. Okay, so from here, when I divide those two fractions, I got negative 23 over 4. So let me put that here. We have that negative 23 over 4. And I continue copying the rest. Divide by 5 over 3 plus 5 over 6. So we need to simplify. So keep change flip. So you have division and addition. So first you need to do the division. Fraction divide by fraction. Again, keep change flip. So I'm going to keep my first fraction, which is negative 23 over 4. Change this division to multiplication and flip 5 over 3. So you're getting 3 over 5. And then, of course, after multiplying, you will add 5 over 6. So now you're ready to multiply. So numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And you're always checking if you can reduce your fraction, but here there is nothing what we can reduce. So you have negative 23 times 3. That will give you 69, negative 69 over 4 times 5, which is 20, plus 5 over 6. Okay, next, to be able to add those fractions, you need your common denominator. So you need your common denominator will be a number which can divide 20 and 6. So let's think about 40, then 60. It's going to be 60. Okay, so least common divisor will be 60. So what I'm going to do, I'm taking my first fraction, negative 69 over 20, and I'm trying to build equivalent fraction which has denominator of 60. So to get 60, like you guys see, I need to multiply 20 by 3, and I multiply numerator and denominator. So that will give me negative 69 times 3, which is negative 207. So I continue. I'm going to replace negative 69 over 20 with equivalent fraction, which is negative 207 over 60. And 5 over 6 right here. I'm building equivalent fraction which has denominator of 60. So I multiply top and bottom by 10 because I need to get 60 on the bottom. So 5 times 10 will give you 50. Okay, so we have plus 50 over 60. And we're almost done. Now, since we have the same common denominator, you copy denominator once and you combine numerator. So you have negative 207 plus 50. So negative 207 plus 50, you're getting negative 157 over 60. Negative 157 over 60. 5 plus 7, I'm checking last digits, 5 plus 7, that will give me 12. So let me see if 157 can be divided by 3. No, 157 cannot be divided by 3. Okay, so I think that's it. We cannot reduce this better. Negative 157 over 60 should be the answer. What I just did. Okay, so let's go back to my MATLAB. So I need to enter as a fraction. Okay, negative 157 over 60. And let's check answer. Okay, so we're moving to the next one. And of course you can practice similar. Next one you have square root of 3 times square root of 21. Square root of 3 times square root of 21. Okay, come on. Okay. Okay. So the next problem. Square root of 3 times square root of 21. So when you have radicals and multiplication, what you can do, you can rewrite everything under one radical. So you have 3 times 21. So we're going to multiply 3 times 21, which is square root of 63. Square root of 63. And 63, you can break it down and you can rewrite that 63 as 9 times 7. And now look what happened, because you always want to simplify. This is the same as square root of 9 times square root of 7. Square root of 9, we know what it is. This is 3. Square root of 7, it's something which you cannot simplify. So you're going to rewrite the answer as 3 times square root of 7. Okay, so this is the answer, 3 radicals of 7. So let's go back to that homework. 3 radicals of 7. 3 square root. Okay, I have to change that. It's a lot of flipping here with my computer. 3 and I need square root of 7. Square root and just type 7. Check answer. Okay, so we're moving to the next one. Square root of 315 divided by square root of 7. So here you have square root. Next question, square root of 315 over square root of 7. So when you have a division, you can rewrite that division under one radical. So I'm going to divide 315 over 7. So let me see, 315 divided by 7, it's 45. So you have square root of 45. Again, that's not your final answer because you can simplify. 45, you can break it down as 9 times 5. So you can rewrite that as square root of 9 times square root of 5. Square root of 9, we know what it is. This is 3. So we're getting 3 square roots of 5. Square root of 5 is irrational, so that should be your final answer. 3 square roots of 5. Okay, so you always have to simplify them. Okay, next one. So the graph showed the median height of girls of various age in particular country from birth through 60 months or 5 years old. Use a graph to estimate the median height to the nearest inch for girls who are 15 months old. So 15 month old right here. So you have to use the graph to estimate. So it looks like it's a little more than 30. So look what happened here. Let's see if I can enlarge that. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So the scale goes by 2, so 15 months right here. So I would say it's 32. Okay, so you have to enter 32. Okay, and now we can enter answer B. From the formula, the median height of girls who are 15 months old is, so this is the formula to calculate right here. H is equal to 3.1 square root of x plus 19. And H is the height and X represents the amount of months. So we need to use the formula to estimate how tall should be a girl who's 15 months old. 3.1 square root of 15 plus 19. Okay, so let me go back here. So what you guys will need to do here with part B, the formula is H is equal 3.1 square root of x plus 19. Since they're talking about x represents amount of month, which is 15 months, so you're going to do 3.1 square root of 15 plus 19, and this is just plugging it into the calculator. So I have 3.1 times square root of 15. Let's calculate that first. Plus 19. So I got 31.006. So I would say she should be 31 inches. So let's go back to homework. So 31. So we got close by reading the information from the graph. And you can always check your answer. Okay. Come on. My computer. Check answer. Okay. So moving to the next one. Come on, why my screen? Okay, went back to normal. Okay. And when I answer that, how well does your estimate from part A describe the median height using the formula? I would say quite well. Final check. Okay, next question. Okay, next, okay, this is a lot of work here. So let me copy this one. Okay. Okay. So let's solve this one. Okay, so we need to simplify here. So that will be equal. Okay, so I hope you guys remember that with problems like this, I recommended, since you have everything, it's multiplication, I recommended to organize them. So multiply number by number, put x's together, so you have x to the power of 6 times x to the power of -1. Then you have y to the power of -5, and y, if you don't see the exponents, you can put 1. And I'm just organizing, multiplying. So I have -7 times 3. That will give you -21. Then you have x. When you have a multiplication, what you're doing, you're adding exponents. So you have 6 plus -1. That will give you 5. And then you have y. The same idea. When there's multiplication, you will be adding the exponents of y. So -5 plus 1 will give you -4. And when you have negative exponents, this is what they want you to do. So everything with positive exponent will be numerator. So -21 x to the 5th. And when you have negative exponents, you put in y as a denominator, and that exponents will change to positive. Okay, because you're going to use the rule that y to the power of -4 is the same as 1 over y to the power of 4. Okay. So I'm assuming that my MATLAB wants this solution. Okay, -21 x to the 5th over y to the 4. Okay, they really don't like those negative exponents. They want you to convert that negative exponent to positive. So let's go back. Type exponents with, you see, you have to type exponents notation with positive exponents. So first of all, you need to select the fraction. And I'm going to type -21, select exponent, or not yet, okay, -21x, and now I'm going to select x, oh, I messed up, sorry guys. So -21, now I'm going to select the exponent, x to the power of 5 over y to the power of 4, so select exponent, not yet, oy. Y, and now I'm selecting exponents to the power of 4 and check answer. Okay, next question. Another like this. Okay. Okay, solve it. So let's go back and solve this one. So that's the next one. So here I'm going to do the same thing. You have division. So when you divide, you subtract the exponent. So first I'm going to separate them. So I have 96 divided by -24. I will simplify that. Then you have b. And when you see the division, you will subtract the exponent. So you have 3 minus 9. And then I have c. And I'm going to subtract exponent 7 minus -9. Okay, and let's start simplifying. So 96 divided by 24. This is just -4. Now then you have b to the power 3 minus 9. So we're going to get here -6. And c to the power, again, two negatives here will give you plus. So you have 7 plus 9, that will give you 16. So all the time when you see that negative exponent, that means your final answer will be expressed as a fraction. And you putting in numerator the expressions with positive exponents. So -4, C16, and denominator has that negative exponents, which we change to positive. So that will become b, and when you move b to the power of -6 to denominator, that -6 become +6. And that will be your answer. And again, here I'm using the information that b to the power of -6 is the same as 1 over b to the power of 6. So this is the answer, -4c16 over b to the power of 6. Okay, let's enter that. So simplify your answer. So let's select fraction. -21. I'm sorry, that was different answer. This is the one. -4 c to the power of 16. C, select exponent 16. And we're moving down to denominator. That will be b to the power of 6. And let's check answer. Excellent. Okay, so we have it. Okay, 13 out of 33. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so let me select this. Okay, after this I'm going to pause and start cleaning my stuff because I have so many copies. So this is the next one. Let's simplify. So we're going to simplify. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to distribute. So you have -2. I'm sorry, you have 2 times -2, which will give you -4x squared. 2 times 5, that will give you 10x. Negative in front of the parenthesis, change the operation sign of each expression to opposite. So you'll have -4x and you will have +3x squared. And when you simplify, when you don't have parentheses, you're going to combine like terms. So x squared and x squared. So you have -4 plus 3. That will give you -x squared. And the next like terms, it's 10x minus 4x. That will give you 6x. So this is our final answer. -x squared plus 6x. -x squared plus 6x. Let's go back. So -x squared plus 6x. Okay, and next question. Next question is similar. I will do that in a second. Let me just pause and organize my computer a little bit. Okay, that's not the one. One note. Okay, guys, so the next one is 14x squared plus 5 minus bracket 8 x squared minus 6 plus 6. So first, what you want to do, you definitely need to simplify what's happening in that big bracket. So copy 14x squared plus 5 minus, let's simplify this guy. So first you're going to distribute 8 to both. So you have 8x squared minus 8 times 6. 48 plus 6 equal. So that will give us 14x squared plus 5 minus 8x squared. And we have negative 48 plus 6, that will give you negative 42. Equal. Next, when you simplify what is in the parentheses, it's multiplication, because technically negative in front of the bracket tells you that you need to multiply by negative 1 each. So we're getting 14x squared plus 5, negative 1 times 8x squared, it's negative 8x squared, and negative 1 times negative 42 will become positive 42. And next, you're organizing like terms. 14x squared minus 8x squared. So copy x squared, and you have 14 minus 8, which will give you 6. Just put that close. So we're having 6x squared, and then you have positive 5 plus 42, that will give us plus 47. 6x squared plus 47. So let's go back and enter the question 6. So we have 6x squared just type it that way. It's just easier. 6x squared plus 47. Okay. Next question. Similar, here we are actually talking about solving equations. Okay. So let's go back. So we're solving equation. So you have x on the left side, x on the right side. So first what you want to do here, you want to simplify. We're going to distribute negative 6 to both. So we have 8x minus 6x minus 54. It's equal to 3x minus 5. Let me organize this. So that will give you 2x minus 54. It's equal to 3x minus 5. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring x's to one side. So let me move 2x to the right side. So subtract 2x from both sides. So we're having negative 54. It's equal to 3x minus 2x, which is x minus 5. And let's just move this guy to the other side by adding 5 to both sides. That will cancel, and we're having that x is equal negative 49. Okay, a solution set, so you have to select A and type negative 49 as your answer. Next question. Let's solve this one. Okay. Let's just delete this one first. Okay, so we're going to solve it. Now you have a fraction. So let's just simplify. It's a couple things what you can do here. You have 3 over y over 10 minus 2. It's equal 1 over 5 plus 3. since the denominator is 10 and 5, what you can do, you can multiply all by least common divisor, which is 10, because 10 can divide 10 and 10 can divide 5. So I'm going to multiply all, by greatest common factor of 10 and 5, which is 10. So we have 10 times 3y over 10 minus 2 times 10 equal y over 5 times 10 plus 3 times 10. So I'm doing this type of work, so I don't need to deal with fractions. So 10 and 10 cancel, so we only have 3y minus 20 equal, and again, 10 divided by 5 will give you 2, so you have 2 times y, which is 2y plus 30. And now I don't have a fraction anymore, so let's move y's to the left side. So I'm subtracting 2y from both sides, and you're getting y minus 20, it's equal 30, and I'm adding 20 to both sides. So y it's equal 50. Okay, so I find greatest common divisor of 10 and 5. So the answer is 50. And this is very useful, so you don't need to worry about dealing with fractions. So the solution is 50. Next question. Okay, big equation to solve it. Copy. After this one, I'll pause and then record a new video because I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, and let's go here. This one I'm going to remove. This one we're going to share in one node. Okay, let's solve this one. So you need to solve for x. First, you need to definitely organize the right side. Okay, so the left side, just copy the way it is. It's 8 minus 10x equal. And again, first you need to simplify this. So we have 2 minus 7x minus. Okay, PEMDAS. Okay, so first I'm doing the parenthesis and the exponent. So I have 4 divided by 2. 4 plus 2 to the third power, it's 8. Plus 3x. Okay, so again, I'm going to rewrite everything. So I have 8 minus 10x equal 2 minus 7x minus, and I need to simplify that bracket. So here we have 4 plus 8, which will give you 12. So here you guys see that this is already 12. So let me just put 12. Okay, so PEMDAS, parenthesis, exponents, multiplication, division, right? So multiplication, division, again, that depends what comes first from left to right. So here, first I have a division. So first you will need to divide. You have 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So then you will do division, then multiplication times 12 plus 3x. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so let's go back to that problem. Okay, so we did the division first. Let's start simplifying now. So we still have 8 minus 10x equal 2 minus 7x minus, and now I'm going to multiply. 2 times 12, it's 24 plus 3x. And we start simplifying. 8 minus 10x equal 2 minus 7x. Next you have negative in front of the parenthesis. That means there's negative 1. So we have to do multiplication first. Negative 1 times 24, that will give you negative 24. And negative 1 times 3x, that will give you negative 3x. And now let's organize that right side. So combine like terms, you have negative 7 and negative 3x. That will give you negative 10x. And 2, right here, 2 minus 24, that will give you negative 22. And on the left side, you have 8 minus 10x. Now I'm going to bring x's together. So let's add 10x to both sides. 0, 0. So we end up with 8 equal negative 22. This is not true. So there is no solution. Okay. So let's go back to the problem. And here you will need to select the solution set. It's empty set, which is no solution. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause that video and I will continue with the rest of the problem on the second video. Okay. Stop recording.